Hey, make yourself a better guitar player. We're going to talk about guitar picks today. I've got, people wonder there's a million different guitar picks out on the market, different shapes, different sizes, different thicknesses, different everything you can imagine, right? And there's advantages and disadvantages to each one and how they work and what's the advantages and disadvantages to each one. How do you pick one? Stuff like that. So over the years of playing, I have played around with a lot of different guitar picks, and I've landed on a few, and I want to tell you the reasons why and the things that I like and dislike about different guitar picks. I guess I'll start with the main pick that I used most of the time, almost all the time, and that's these Delrin picks right here. They're made out of Delrin. You see there's a turtle on there. Back in the day, I think people used to make guitar picks out of tortoise shells. But that's pretty bad for turtles. They want their shell. So if we destroy turtles and make guitar picks, that's not so good. So they started making picks out of plastic and different materials to emulate the sound of a turtle shell. Things like that would be as durable. The first ones were plastic. I find when I use plastic picks, typically when I see a Fender guitar pick, it's just a plastic or cellulose pick. They tend to crumble on me. I can use them for about 10 minutes and then they'll break. A piece of it will break off or whatever. So I've had to move that up. Now, the different materials I found is this Delrin material, and there's another material called nylon. Nylon picks, I think, work okay for strumming on acoustic guitar, especially a little bit thinner nylon picks. They have a nice give to them. They breathe real nice. But I found nylon picks to be a little too flimsy on electric, because with electric, you want to be more precise. Your lead guitars, you have to be more focused on different notes and stuff. With a strum, you can whack away, right? So again, this is where I landed on this one as my main go-to guitar pick. The problem I had with these, though, is that the tips of these are somewhat rounded. You see that? I mean, they're to a point. They're definitely more sharp on the tip than they are on this corner, right? But there are other picks that people have come out with out there that are much more sharp at the tip. Let's take a look at this one, for example. See how sharp the tip is there. A sharpened tip helps you a great deal when you're doing lead guitar, because you can feel the instant it snaps off the string. With a sharper tip, it snaps the string, gives you a real tight sound for fast picking. And when you play with it and you do it slow, you can really tell when that pick snaps off the string so you can get to your next note. I have a lot harder time with a rounded guitar pick because it's kind of scrapes off the string. You have to go further than you need to, stuff like that. So sometimes I take these picks and I sharpen them on the carpeting. I rub the two sides until they come to a sharp tip. Otherwise, you can buy picks that have a sharp tip already. This is a good one, but it's a little smaller than this guy, than the pink ones that I normally use. So it's a weirder to get used to. There's less plastic there to grab onto, so my hand's not quite used to this guy yet, but I love the feel of the tip on this one. There's another one called the Big Stubby. This is more familiar. It's a little bigger, and you see how it's kind of rounded and stuff, but it comes to a very nice tip, a sharpened kind of tip to it. You can really tell when this guy's done picking, but this guy is very, very stiff. Not great for strumming. When you're strumming, you want to have a little bit of flexibility in your guitar pick. It seems to be nicer. It's not so harsh. It comes off more smooth like that. There's other variations on guitar picks, like this one. This one is basically this one, only it has a little bit of a tacky feel right here. So they say theoretically you can hold it better. You won't lose your grip. It almost feels like a little bit of sandpaper there or something. So the whole point of this one was to get a tacky feel right there. So if you're having trouble dropping your pick. This is a pick that's very similar to this pink guy, but it's a little thinner. The lighter pink is, in this whole line, the lighter it gets, the more thin the guitar pick is. So I found these two sizes to be the best for me. If I start going too thick on it, they'll go up to like 2 millimeters and everything like that. That's just more than I can do. This guy, I'm trying to read the number on here to tell you what it is. I think it's a 0.96 millimeter. So I think that's about my favorite. This guy, I think, is 0.7 something, 0.71 millimeter. This one's 0.96 millimeter. So overall, lead guitar and electric guitar, I like the 0.96 and don't mind at all this 0.71. It kind of comes down to a feel. If I'm doing something intricate and I need to pick really intricately and fast and it's tough and I want to be sure I'm very efficient, I want to use something with a sharpened tip. So I'll either use the stubby, one of these guys, or probably most likely, because I'm used to the feel of this in my fingers, one of these, but I'll sharpen the tip on the carpet so it becomes a real sharp tip for me. That's my advice to you on guitar picks. Now, there's other ones out there on the market. There's triangular shaped ones. There's bigger ones. There's jazz picks. In general, you can try all those different ones. I have this pack of guitar picks here that looks like all these plastic guys. It just came free with something. I can't even remember what. But I avoid these because they just crumble on me. So, anyway, I hope that helped you. Let me know what pick you use and why. I'd love to hear feedback on what other people are using, what works for other people, all the things. I love it. Anything to do with guitar. So please leave some comment for me, and good luck being a better guitar player.